the floods here as well. But it's going right through the country at the moment. It's going down the east coast here. It is right now. I'm just going to go and have a nosy. I'm running my ST5 here with my Bluetooth headset. And I'm just going to do some, I suppose a bit a nosy. 50% there, because all this to evaporate there, over.
Hey, Ashley, you broke up a little bit there, but I suspect it was maybe your Bluetooth headset. I bet you're on Vox, and when you stop talking and there's too much dead air between words, it goes out. That's normally okay, but it was kind of weird this time. Anyway, just a heads up. Other than that, I got most of what you said, so I can't think of anything else. We got the Hammetts coming up in just a few minutes. I'm going to have to get out of the way here and let them in. You know how they can be. Anyway, maybe you could check in with the Hammetts. Maybe your wife is there, and she could check in too. I'm just suggesting that. Ashley, good to hear from you. Anything else, sir, before we go?
No, but you're 100% there. I'm using the Bluetooth there, and you only can use it in the Vox mode there, so you're going to keep on talking, otherwise it does exactly what you said, so this should be a lot better. But if you look on, or people look on YouTube there, you'll see what Auckland's like there at the moment. Get there as well. So, okay, thanks again. ZR1AG for Pedestrian Mobile. Thanks for letting us break.
Ashley, you were right. Yeah. That sounded a lot better, and I could make that out. Ashley, have a good evening. Hope you can check in with the Hammetts here in just a few minutes. I'm going to turn it over to them. I am running low on time, buddy. All right, Ashley, I'm going to let this drop. I'm going to come right back and say goodbye to everybody. Oh my gosh, it's 7:59. I have got to get out of here. You know how those women are. Oh my goodness. They are wonderful and delightful is how they are. Thank you everybody for Fish Sticks this evening. We had a great turnout. A lot of people to talk to this evening, and I appreciate it. Thanks, Ashley, for being there. And you get the award for the furthest away, my friend. Love having you with me, Ashley. Thank you so much. Everybody, thank you. This is David KD0DSB. This has been Fish Sticks on the America Kansas City Wide Room. I now have the distinct honor of turning this over to the Hammetts, a wonderful net run by women, for women, promoting women, and two of the best women that I know, my daughter Jen and Crystal. Ladies, take it away. Thanks so much.
I love a good intro. This is Jen N0BBX, and it is, I think it's 8 o'clock now. So thank you, David, Dad, KE0DSB, for the great intro. And I hope everybody hung around, and they're all still out there wanting to talk to us. But it's Hammett's time, so yeah, the girls are taking over the airwaves. But if you're out there listening, go ahead. Say hello.
KALJM.
Go right ahead and tell me. You have to tell me your name and tell me what you're doing this week. How was a good week already?
Well, this is KALJM. Good evening, everybody. I'm not doing much today, and you probably know me, Levi, KALJM. Not doing much today. I got about 26 POTA already. I get today on 10 meters, I got Brazil, and 2 POTA, I think. And so not doing much. And my sister hosts to be on tonight when you ask for check-ins. So I'll send it back to you. KALJM.
Audio, hello. Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Levi, for telling everybody. And I heard you had a wonderful photo week this week. And it's just Tuesday, so it's going to be an awesome weekend again, I'm sure. And I heard your sister earlier. I'm so glad you guys check in. And for the rest of the world out there that doesn't know, Levi and his family are pretty much everyone was a ham radio operator. I'll give them that. And they're all under 18. So we love to hear from them because that's the future of our radio. So thank you, Levi, for checking in. Hopefully we'll get to hear from your sister here in just a minute. And I'll be quiet and next person check in.
This is Kilo, Quebec 4, Charlie, Delta, Uniform, KQ4, CDU.
I hope we're all hearing. If there's somebody out here, what we'd like to do is thank you and welcome you to the great Hammetts.
Okay, CDU. Tell me who you are. Tell me how
coming
you
out of Kansas City, Missouri. And this is Jen. She's a real sweet young lady.
Well, my name is Leah, as
you'll
stated before. I'm 14 and I'm here at east of Atlanta, Georgia. And my week was pretty good. And I have the radio giggles, so no.
Thank you. Welcome.
I have a math test tomorrow, so I'm studying for that. Yeah. And I've just been having fun on the radio. I figured out one of my friends' grandparents was like a ham radio operator. It was really weird, but I got him to text. I got my friend to text his granddad to go meet me on 80 meters, and we had a nice QSO, and my dad was in the background too, so it was really fun today for that. And it's always nice meeting new people into the hobby as well. And I've heard about your net before, Ashley, and it's good to be here. This is KQ4 CDU, back to net control.
Oh my gosh, we're so happy you're here, and we're so happy you had a great QSO. Isn't it fun to get to talk to everybody on the radio all over the world? Even if you have to cheat and text them and tell them to go pick up the radio. I've done that before. It's not a big deal. It's a lot of fun. And yes, the radio giggles. If you hang out here long enough, we girls get to laughing so hard that we can't breathe, and we definitely can't get the radio keyed up. So just hang out. I'm so glad you're interested in this, and you're here with us. And thank you for coming by and saying hello. And anytime you want to pop back in and have a conversation with us, but right now I need to go study for your math test. So, you don't get in trouble and you can be on the air with us every time we're on the air. So thank you, Leah, for stopping by. I love the young ones. So this is N0VVX, and if you're out there listening, we've been taken over by the kiddos tonight, and it's wonderful. But normally we're all the Hammetts and we're all the girls on the radio. But if you're out there listening, come on and talk to me tonight.
KE8WHZ.
I got KE8, but go ahead and give me the call sign. Tell me who you are.
KE8WHC. Well, my name is Audrey, and I'm Levi's sister. I got my call sign now, as you can see. And, well, hello to everybody on the net, and thanks for taking over. And haven't been up to much lately. I made a point of contact, just like Levi. He helped me make a contact with Brazil, so glad I could do that. And hopefully I can be like, if you know my other brother Joshua, he's a good photo hunter. Hopefully I'll be like him someday. And just love being on the radio. This is KE8WHZ.
All right, there's somebody like
Audrey, thank you. WHZ. I think I wrote it down right. I hope that's good. I'm so glad that you finally got your call sign. You're on the air and calling your brother the POTA Hunter. That's pretty funny. I have to give you that. Kind of sounds like he's coming from Star Wars or something. So, but I'm so glad you're here. And wow, like 3 young ones right off the bat. I'm so proud of you guys. This is amazing. I have hope that amateur radio airwaves are not dead like all the old guys tell me. So thank you for coming by, and hopefully you'll get to have fun with us tonight and step right back in whenever you feel like making a comment or telling us we're just old. But you can do that. We'll live with it because we are. It's fine. This is N0BBX. My name is Jen, and it's Hammetts Hour. And we've been taken over by the kids. So, Joshua, if you're out there, just key it up here in just a second when I shut up and round out our circle. And maybe we'll pick up a few more young ones tonight. I love it. So, come there.
Gotta keep the young check-ins coming. This is an 8JJM, November 8th, Juliet Mike. And my name is Joshua, and I'm located in Hudson Zone, Michigan.
So, what kind of promotion have you been running that I haven't seen? Because apparently, Joshua, you're out there promoting us like I can't even believe. You've got your brother, your sister. I don't even know where you got the girl, Leah from Atlanta, but good going on that one. But thank you, sir. And I think from now on, we're going to call you the POTA Hunter because that just sounds way fun.
Well, good evening, Jen and everybody else in the net. And, yeah, POTA names. There's this one guy that I know who does YouthNet, and then I'll check in. He's Mr. POTA. So I've kind of taken on that name as Mr. POTA, so I guess you can call me that if you want, but yeah, as you probably figured, I have been doing some POTA. I now stand at approximately 2,215 different parks hunted, and so far, in this year, I already got 800 POTA contacts in general. So some of those are new parks, some of those are just parks that I already hunted, but 800 contacts, POTA contacts already in this year, and that's actually the most I've made in 1 month. So very happy with that. So that's kind of been my POTA activity. Back to you, Jen.
I know we're on YouTube right now. I wish you could see me just shaking my head in amazement. That is just wonderful. We are so excited for you and so proud of you. And thank you for stopping by and bringing the brother and sister. And oh my gosh, you guys, how much fun is that to do POTA with the whole entire family? That's great. And I bet there's some not so friendly competition going on between you guys. But Mr. POTA, that's pretty good. We'll have to start calling you that. So thank you, Joshua, for coming by and saying hello. And always jump back in whenever you guys feel like it. You want to make a comment or say hi to somebody. I know we are the most carefree, and we drive. It's fun. And I don't care how many check-ins I get ever, but I love it when you guys are always there listening. So keep listening. Keep studying, because I'm pretty sure you've got schoolwork to do, too, because I know you do that in between everything else. But you guys keep that up. We're going to get you all graduated, and then we're all going to go have a big picnic or have something fun going on. So, but thank you. This is N0BBX. My name is Jen, and if you're listening tonight, it's Hammetts time, and we girls are taking over the airwaves. But if you're out there listening and you're like, oh my goodness, all these young ones, isn't that amazing? That is so great. But anyway, we're going to keep going. I'm going to shut up, and somebody else check in.
Delta Zero.
M0YKN Mobile in Kansas City.
N0YKN. Tell me who you are, and I know you're mobile, so you're probably going to try and pull that short time thing on me. It doesn't work very well, but how was your week, sir?
All right, we've got two people. There's something I just want to
I go by Yukon. Week's been okay. It's cold. Otherwise, not too bad.
There's something I want to say about these ladies for anybody who's here, and if you're usuals, if you're regulars, or whatever it is. Miss Jen is a lady here that seems to really have it going. She knows what she's doing. She knows what
thank
she's
you for
saying,
stopping by. I
and
see
she's
it's on
calling
Echolink.
out.
I love seeing that come
And
across
this
the
is
radio.
what's
That's
really
great. We're using
awesome.
all the modes we
That's why I
possibly
couldn't
can
get
tonight.
that
That's
mad
my
here.
favorite thing. So
What is
thank
really
you.
awesome
And
about this young lady
you aren't in Kansas
is
City right
she's
now.
drawn
It's
kids
really,
and
really, really
everybody to
cold.
ham radio.
I know the
Dave
rest of
knows
the
what
country is
that
getting
means
snow
because of
and
his
ice
daughter.
and nasty stuff, but I'd rather have
Please
some
take
snow over
and
just
let
this
people know
total
that this is
cold,
going to be
nasty
open on
stuff.
Tuesday night, and we're
And
going to
I know
try to
Ashley's down there getting
improve.
rain, so I can't
We're also
really
going to
complain.
try
I feel
to
bad about
stream
that, but
through another
she just
platform
breaks your bones when
into
it's this cold
YouTube,
sometimes. But anyway, we're going to
so
move right
people can
along.
get
I'm in
to know what it
N0BBX.
is.
My name is Jen, and it's Hammetts Hour. So if you're out there on radio, you're like, wow, the girls are on the air. Go grab your significant out, bring her over, and be like, look, they really know how to use the mic, and they're not scared of it. And we don't bite, and neither does the mic. Trust me. Well, maybe you get your fingers caught in it. I probably would. Crystal definitely would, I'm sure. So anyway, come say hello.
And this is Jen, and she's a darling. She's a sweetheart lady. So come on in, say hello, or else I'm keying up. That's your choice. So here we go. Delta Zero, Joliet, hello, Jen.
I'm waiting on an antenna show up. I haven't had a radio in a couple of years, so a buddy of mine told me about Echolink, and here I am.
For those of you who don't know, he'll explain it to you how this works,
I
because it
can
took me a
put
minute
that
to
in
figure it
there,
out.
too.
But they put us on YouTube, so people who don't have Fusion radios can still say hi, and you can check in. There's a little chat screen, the whole 9 yards. So explain that to him, would you please, Steve?
Okay, good. All right. Well, hey, I want to tell you what. You look up on my call sign on RZ if you're there. All right, there's Jen. She's here. Hello, young lady. I feel good to know you can hear me. Y'all look up under Steve Kiefer, Kiefer, and you'll find us on YouTube. Spread it to your friends so you can learn what the new ham radio is all about. This is what this young lady is getting into. And you just get on in there. You can type, you can watch, listen, whatever you want. And you got to put up with a little commentary from me because I think this young lady is doing an awesome job. And this way we can spread the new ham radio. C4fm is one that's more commonly used in ham world. We have a few other digital modes. And this way we can draw the kids that Jen was just talking to and give them something neat to work with. This involves computer, as you can tell. It involves digital communications and also a radio, which can go back to the analog days if you get down and fantasize the way I can sometimes and just sit back and enjoy. So what I like to do is just thank you again, Jen, for what you do. And if y'all want to come, we're going to get this. Just be patient with me. This is all new for me, too. I'm just getting started in it. We also have a net at 7 o'clock on Sunday nights. It's the 2 meter of the Quad Cities swap and jab net that we air on YouTube. So you're all welcome for that, too. Thanks for coming in. And Jen, thank you for letting me take your time. I hope I got it to him. KD0JNQ, Steve, Davenport, Iowa. Handing you back the mic, young lady. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It's really kind of funny to see the picture of you talking and then the delay on the radio, and it's too much some days. I'm not. But keep calling me young. That works well. I'm glad you think I'm young still. That works. I'll go with that. Anyway, this is the Hammetts Hour. This is Jen, N0BBX, and you just heard from our buddy Steve, who's got us on YouTube. So you can look that up and listen to us. It's a little bit delayed, like I said, but it's fun. And, I mean, you guys might as well learn how to do all these things. Eventually, we're going to be forced into this computer technology and all these texting and all that good stuff. So I'm pretty decent at that, but some days it's a little above me. But anyway, so it's Hammetts Hour. And if you're out there listening via satellites or Fusion or however you can hear me right now, because we're worldwide on the Fusion Room, on the America's Can't See White Fusion Room, who those guys probably regret handing me a microphone, let me tell you. Anyway, if they're not laughing at me right now. But if you're out there listening, come back and say hello. N0VVX. This is Katie0YAY, Diane, just checking in, and it sounds like you had an interesting conversation going there. And by the way, Ron says you are young. Thank you, Diane. Tell Ron thank you. He's blind. He doesn't know any better, so we're going to go with that, too. I love it when they don't know, but thank you. Diane's like one of our biggest supporters out there. If you guys haven't met her, we can barely get her on the radio, but if you're at a Raytown meeting in the Kansas City area, she'll definitely be there with you. But we're going to work on that. We're going to get her on more. She's got so many irons in the fire, though. Good gracious, someday. So thank you, for Diane, for checking by, and I'm sure Ron will come in here after a little bit. So glad to hear from you, and hopefully I'll get to see you at the meeting here in February. I know I will, because I always love seeing your beautiful face. Thank you, ma'am. This is N0VVX, and it's the Hammetts Hour, so come by and say hello.
Nice thing about this, Jen, is I ain't got to wait for the radio. You sound like you're only about 26, and that's not very old.
Good evening, Jen. This is Whiskey 1 Hotel Alpha, Mexico.
This is Kelly here, just keyed up and looking for some airtime. He is the president of the W0BXR Radio Club.
I would like to be in a hotel in Mexico
so there you
right
go.
now. How was your week, sir?
Oh, my week has been fantastic. Getting a lot of stuff done. I'm watching Steve on the YouTube there, and well, anyways, I'm just talking on our local repeater. How has your week been going?
Kelly, since you're listening, keep them going.
I think we should get Steve to put on funny hats every once in a while. Oh yeah, he's disagreeing right now. But no, the week is great. Actually, our club had some bad news. We lost one of the wives, which is terrible. But we're gonna rally around our buddy, and it'll be good. We'll be okay. We'll be fine. So we just keep going, keep moving. And hey, just in case nobody ever heard this before, the Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl. You know, Kansas City girls, gotta put it out there. So, but thank you for stopping by, sir. Love to hear from you, and I'm glad you're watching. And we get to make fun of Steve together. That's always a good thing, I bet, because he'll probably put my picture up later. Don't even let him. Anyway, this is N0VVX, and I'll be quiet for a minute. Everybody else check in. Tell me how you're doing this week.
N0VVX. This is KF0FBE.
KF0FBE. Go ahead and tell me who you are and what you're doing.
Oh, not much. I actually just turned on my radio for the first time in a long time. My buddy listens to the Kansas City Wide Room, and I don't know, I kind of got a hair from my butt. I'm sorry, FCC, and was curious if he was listening, and he was like, "Yeah, I mean, there's like people on right now doing that net," and so I figured I would check in. The call sign's Kilo Foxtrot 0 Foxtrot Bravo Echo. My name is Jason. I live in Olathe, Kansas, and yeah, I really don't know what this net's about. I think it's a net, but yeah, I'm happy to check in. So yeah.
Oh, my fine sir, you have got the best net in all of the fusion rooms all over the world. You have the girls' net. We're the Hammetts, and we're the local ladies in Kansas City trying to bring more ladies on the radio. So if you've got a lady in your life that needs the amateur radio license or just needs to talk with us on the radio and have fun, drag her along. We love it when the men drag the women in. You know, we used to all get drugged to Hamfest and like had to knit or sit and talk or be bored out of our minds. Not anymore. We're changing that. We're going to make this all new, and we're going to take over and have fun together. So my name is Jen, N0VVX is my call sign. I'm actually the Raytown, Missouri Amateur Radio Club president. Eventually I heard from Crystal. She's actually from the Warrensburg Club. She runs it. But yeah, we girls decided we're tired of listening to the old men, so we want to be on the air and have fun. And this is the most informal net you will ever hear because I could care less about check-ins. I would just like to talk to you and see how your week was going. So the more people that come on the air, the safer you are for me bugging you to death. So anyway, that was my short explanation. And we're always on the America's CNC Wide Room on Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock. So tune in, see the Hammetts, stop by, see what crazy stuff we're talking about. Sometimes it's beaver pelts. Sometimes it's taking your piggies to the market. Sometimes it's the fact that Crystal and I are getting matching pajamas. You never know anymore. But anyway, thank you for stopping by, Jason, and go Chiefs, because you're in Olathe and you better not be an Eagles fan. Anyway, so thank you, sir. And it's Hammetts Net, so let's go to the lady on there. Anybody else listening, scared of the radio? Don't be scared. Just pick up the mic and say hello.
This is 1SDL, Crystal and Holden. Good evening, Jen, and everyone on the net.
Just getting a little carried away. From here, Jeremy. Steve covered up that head. You know, God only created so many perfect heads. The rest he covered with hair.
I think we have like a little call out going on there, Crystal. I think Jason called out Jeremy. So I'm kind of waiting to see what happens with that. Maybe a little fight in the street later. Good evening. Sorry, I forgot what time of day it was. I'm in a dark room. Can't tell. Hi, Crystal. And Jeremy, we're waiting, sir.
This is KF0FSS, Jeremy. Sorry, I stepped away for just a moment, and I came back. You said Jason called me out. Was that KF0FBE, I believe? Back to you.
He did, sir. He said you had a spouse that might need to be on the radio.
Disposed of at the moment, unfortunately, but I'm sure she would give you regards, or give you her regards.
Steve is having too much fun with his hand. W0QI.
89BEG.
All right, we're going all over the place now. I better take somewhat control. That really never happens. Yeah, if you're on YouTube watching us, yeah, it's a little out of control. No big. W0QI. Come back and say hello to it.
Okay, W0QI. The name is Greg, Golf Romeo Echo Golf in Northern Kentucky, Bengals country. But you shattered our dream out there. And I'm waiting for my to get on. So you may hear her here in a little bit. W0QI. Back to you, Jen.
I'd love to hear from her. Thank you, sir. And I'm so sorry you're a Bengals fan. We didn't mean to break your hearts, but you broke ours last year, so we're even now. Thank you, though. And come back when she comes back in the room. Go drag her away from whatever she's doing. I'm sure you will. This is N0BBX. I actually saw another one come across, heard one, KD9 maybe. Come back and check in with it.
Kilo Delta 9, Delta Echo Golf. Name is Jason in Rock Falls, Illinois. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. We're glad you're here. How is your week going so far?
I've had a bit of an exciting week there. We're, as far as amateur radio, just finished up the Winter Heat Simplex event and somewhat of a contest on 2-meter and UHF FM modes and digital. And I had a lot of fun with that. I actually talked to a lot of new people and within the area and within the region, so up to 200-mile contacts was pretty outstanding. But personalized, everything's well here. It's just nice and chilly where I'm at here in Rock Falls, Illinois. So just seeing the traffic on a repeater that I frequent quite a bit. So I thought we'd just check it out and see what's going on. Name is Jason.
Thank you, sir, for stopping by. We love to hear that you frequent this repeater. We love to keep America's Kansas wide room. They have so many nets, I can't even keep track, and they're changing and they're adding, and all the guys that run this repeater are just amazing. I cannot even tell you how much help they give me. But if you need net information, kcwideroom.com, I do believe. I always get that wrong. They can yell at me later for it. Send me an email that I probably read and forget about. They know it. It's okay. They know I'm a skits. They're used to me. Anyway, but thank you for stopping by. We love to hear from everybody around the world, and especially you guys that are just kind of like, oh, what's going on? I love it. So we had a bunch of kids on earlier. We've had a few women. This is the Hammetts Net. We're all about getting the women on the air. So if you've got a YL out there that needs some airtime, maybe some, like she'll shut the door and kick you out of your own ham shack. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? But I am N0VVX. My name is Jen. And I'm here in the Kansas City, South Kansas City, actually, area in Missouri, not Kansas. I have a thing about that. I'm a Missouri girl. So definitely Chiefs fans, too. Anyway, but we're here tonight. And if you're out there listening, you're a girl, guy, kid. I think my dog will probably show up here in a little bit. But come by and say hello.
Sorry, Jen.
KETBA. Says to so this is on the KD0WY repeater in Clinton, Iowa, and I'm east of there into the Illinois territory. So I'm just kind of curious, is this like a Wires X thing that's going on here right now, over?
Oh, I hate it when you guys get all technical. Yes, it is Yaesu Fusion Room. And I do believe Wires X is hooked into it somewhere. It kind of depends. A bunch of the repeaters are in this Kansas City Metro are Fusion repeaters hooked directly to this room, or you can switch to it, I guess. I guess you could look through it like you can anything. Sorry, I'm not very technical with this. I just know how they tell me to do it. But yes, a lot of people do Wires X in. Some of them link in through Echolink. We're on YouTube right now. All the technical stuff you could ever imagine. But I imagine they're hooked through a Wires X or a Fusion repeater, possibly.
Okay, thanks for the info. I just wasn't, I'm not familiar with this repeater being linked to a room or anything like that. So I'm just, I'm getting up to date, and I just got back on C4fm Fusion myself. I had a bad radio for a while and hadn't replaced it until recently. So we're back on System Fusion, and we're happy to be here and love the digital mode. So we'll be listening. KD9DEG.
KD9DEG, thank you so much for stopping by. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of rooms here, a whole bunch of nets. We love having you. So thank you for stopping by, and find somebody more technical than me to explain it, because I'm sorry, I probably muddled all that. But you got it. So yeah, we're glad you're here, and thank you guys for all coming by. But I did hear another one out there. This is N0VVX. It's Hammetts Night. I don't even know what time it is. I'm sure somebody will tell me eventually. But we've had a lot of people check in tonight, but I heard another one kind of squeak through there. So come back again, please.
N0RHS.
Brother Alpha, Rich in Lovely, Ohio.
Here in Auckland, over.
And KB3VXV. K8WHF from Ohio.
Okay, hold up. We got a whole bunch there. So I'm going to go with, I think that was Nemo out there from Japan or China. I'm so sorry, sir. Please come back first.
ZL1AG, no audio.
Oh, sorry, 1AG on a Bluetooth there. Thanks for actually telling me that, 1AG, the old box popped in there. I was named this way Ashley Alpha Sierra Hotel Lima Yankee there, over.
Hi, Ashley. I wondered if it was you and your little Bluetooth going crazy again on us. So glad to hear from you. I heard you earlier on the Fish Fix Net. Thank you for checking in. And is your lovely wife there?
Well, yeah, she's right next door to me. We're doing some looking around at these, I don't know if you actually know about in Auckland here. We've got major flooding been going on, about half a day there of rain was equal to 1 month there. So it's been quite bad up here. And we've got a number of people that have been drowned and killed in the floods there, over.
Oh, that is so terrible. I'm so sorry. I heard you say that earlier. That is terrible. But hopefully you're on a hill and you're safe and your family is safe and you guys are staying good. But you got your radio. Apparently you kept it out of the water. That's a good thing. How is everything else going? Just trying to keep your head above water, literally, I'm guessing?
Oh, that's right. It's, when you actually say that, yeah, we've got a lot of people housing happening here. The houses never used to be split level, but there are a lot of houses that have been falling off cliffs and onto the roads, and just heard about another one that happened. So it's not too good. Right this moment I'm walking, and as I say, I'm on the set there and talking back into my my bag with FT5 in it there. So what the radio is designed for, portable. So not being an amateur sitting in front of the radio there all the time, over.
That is amazing. Yes, that's exactly what it was made for. So if I remember right, New Zealand's not that big, so you guys can't lose too much land, and houses falling off cliffs is terrible. I'm so sorry. But we're going to send all our good thoughts and karma and prayers your way, and hopefully the rain will subside and things will get better, and you'll get to talk to us next week. If there's anything we can do, email us, and we'll figure something out. We'll send you equipment, whatever it takes. You know how we are. We love to help each other out. So hopefully you will walk back home all nice and safe, even though you're portable. You're kind of making me worry. I'm guessing it's morning there, though, and not nighttime like it is here.
Well, thank you very much there. No, I'm all right. We're not too bad for the rain. But one thing is with these modern cars and buses, when they go into water underneath up to the dashboard there, they're write-offs. Even the buses, they put the buses through it, anything with electronics in it there, bye-bye. And if the water gets into the motor, they're past the use-by date. But there's going to be a lot of just with any body panels there. But that's how it goes there. But the idiots actually drive through the water. That's the interesting part. If you go through water, even if it's 2 inches there, like I watched on Mythbuster, my program balloon or my everything else on, they can sweep you off the road there. It's got a big flow. That was a really educational program you guys made in America. On AG.
Oh, Ashley, I do know. I know flood vehicles way too well, let me tell you. But yeah, so be safe out there and keep walking, get home safe, and we will hear from you later. Maybe check in tomorrow on one of the nets and make sure that we know you haven't fallen into the ocean. Except for I heard something about Yetis, coolers falling into the ocean and like landing up in Alaska. So I guess if you want a free trip to Alaska, that would be the way to go, right? Probably not. Really, it's not. But anyway, we're going to send all our good thoughts your way, and hopefully things will get better. And anything you need, you know how to get a hold of us. So thank you, Ashley, for checking in. This is N0BBX. This is the Hammetts Net, and we just heard from Mr. Ashley, and I'm sure his lovely wife was right there in New Zealand. So send them your good thoughts because they're getting way too much rain, and they're starting to fall into the ocean, and they can't do that. But we had about 4 check-ins right in a row. So if I didn't get to you, come at me slow. I'm not good at this game. That's why it's an informal net. So come back and check in with me and say hello.
N0RHS, November 0, Romeo Hotel Sierra.
Hey Jason.
We just wanted to check in and say hello now that she's available. Hope you have a great rest of your night.
Whiskey 1, Hotel America, Mexico.
And NJS.
All right, we're going to go back real quick. I do believe it was Jeremy's wife. Hello, hello. Sorry, it was kind of a quick one. You got to check in. I heard your little voice. You got to be brave out here, girl. Be loud. Anyway, thank you for checking in and hanging out with us and stay on and listen and see how crazy we girls really are. And then I heard N9NJS. Hello, sir. And let's see, NORHS maybe? Come back, you two. Well, one at a time, please. Be polite. But come back and say hello. Tell me who you are and what you're doing tonight.
N0RHS. We call him right-hand side, John.
N0RHS.
All right, Jess. I can see your name's John. See, these fusion radios are kind of tricky that way. Tell me how you're doing tonight and where you're from.
Good evening. This is N0RHS. And like you said, the name is John. I am located in Princeton, Iowa, and coming through the KD0WY repeater in Clinton, Iowa. I just wanted to say good evening. I host the roundtable net that we hold here every Friday night at 8 p.m. Local time, Central Time. And just want to get in and say good evening.
Thank you, sir, for stopping by. And I love that Iowa's coming in and hanging out with us in this Kansas City wide room. So love it. Thank you for stopping by. And in case you guys didn't hear, he said Roundtable Net Friday at 8. Stop by and say hello to him if you can remember. Fridays are really bad for me. I forget, it's the weekend and I forget where I'm at some days. But I will try very hard to come by and say hello. Thank you, sir. Anybody else out there that I missed here a few minutes ago, come say hello again.
Katie.
AM 70 AM.
KM 70 AM. Go ahead. Tell us who you are and how you're doing this week.
Yes, ma'am. Trent here. I'm here in Nampa, Idaho. Working off the Squad Butte repeater, and just kind of relaxing for the night. Nothing in particular going on, and thought I would check out what was going on Where's X.
We're glad you stopped by to say hello. I love these call signs that come from all over the country because then I'm not doing the KF, KE, Sorry, that's like a Kansas City thing, I think. It feels like sometimes. So I have to get used to it. But KM7TAM. Yeah, that's a little bit different for me. I'm really tongue-tied when it comes to call signs. So I will probably call you Trent, but I know you're from Idaho, and I'll remember that now. So thank you, sir, for stopping by. And in case everybody has forgotten who I am, I think the FCC probably wants to. I am N0VBX. My name is Jen, and this is the Hammetts Hour on the Kansas City Wide Fusion Room here out of Kansas City. And these guys are probably going to take away my my radio soon. So just in case you want to talk to me and say hello, we talked to some youngsters earlier. We've had a lot of people out of Iowa and Illinois, and I love it that you guys are all linked together. Thank you for coming by and saying hello. But we're Hammetts. We want to hear from the girls. So if you're a girl out there, we're going to give you like a 2-second window because being quiet's not really our thing. But anyway, come back and say hello.
This is KI5ERV, Kilo India 5, Echo Romeo Victor, Alice in San Antonio.
I was hoping I'd hear from you tonight. Thank goodness. Is San Antonio still frozen or has it thawed out yet, Alice?
It's kind of on the borderline. It's raining, but it's about 35, 34, but school's canceled for tomorrow because it's supposed to be 32. But some districts were closed, well, all of them except a couple in San Antonio. And mine was one that was open, you know, of the two. We only had, the attendance was very bad today. So I think that's why they decided to cancel today, because I had one class that had 6 kids, and another class had 10, another class had 8, another class had 12. So attendance was very poor. So I think they decided, oh, well, we'll just call it a day. But that's about it. So how are you doing, Jen? Good to hear from you.
That always just cracks me up. It was like 16 degrees today, and the kids went to school. And with COVID and everything, all the kids have like laptops, and they can all work from home nowadays. So snow days are like a weird thing of the past. So to hear them say they actually canceled school and it was only going to be 32 is like completely crazy. And I'm sure the guys in Idaho and northern Iowa and all of them are going like, snow? It has to be like 2 foot, but it kind of, you know, we kind of get used to it. I've been in Texas when it snows, and wow, yeah, no, it just shuts down. The whole entire state just shuts down. I understand that. So, but no, it's been a great week. We did unfortunately lose a good friend of ours in the radio club, so I always hate being the bearer of bad news, and that's probably the worst thing. But we like to rally around our friends, so we will, and it'll be great, and everything will be fine. We'll keep moving on. The life goes on, and the youngsters will be okay. So anyway, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. I hate that. So gosh, you're such a teacher, and it's so much fun to hear it from you and from the young kids, and I love it. I'm so glad you got hooked up. Tell me again how you got hooked into the Wires X room. I can't remember. Or into the Fusion room.
This is Kilo India 5, Echo Romeo Victor. A friend of mine, NIQT, Doug, here in San Antonio, he told me about the YL net that you're having, the Hammetts group. And so he moves his repeater over so that I and anybody else can join in. And that's how I heard about it. But that's it. And back to you, Jen.
This is N0 VX Jen. Tell him thank you. Give him a big old hug from us. That's great. And I'm sure we're going to get more of you lovely ladies down there in San Antonio involved, because you're going to like totally be like, come on, we do this crazy fun thing on Tuesday nights, and you're just going to laugh hysterically at us. So, but you did mention the YL net. Not many people call it that here in the area. They call me the Hammetts Net. But if you guys don't know out there, there is a huge YLRL.org. It's all the women on radio. They have a huge organization. I do believe I'm a member. I never remember if I pay dues or not. They actually have a Fusion Net on Monday afternoons, but you can go to their webpage and check them out. Women have been in radio for a really long time. This YL, huge worldwide organization, has been around for like 40 years. So we're not a new thing to radio, and it just feels like it some days. But if you're out there listening, go ahead and check them out. They have a huge webpage. The lady's always wonderful. They always email you back and talk to you. So maybe we'll get one of them on the air here soon. I'm kind of working on that little deal. But I love hearing from them and seeing all the amazing things women have done in radio. There's a lady locally, well, she's passed away now, been a while. They call it Inzer Museum here in Olathe on the Kansas side. The things, she taught radio through ARRL by radio. We have a club out of like mid-Missouri, and their women do CW. I can't even fathom that. So, you know, it's not really a new thing we're doing here. We're just promoting it bigger because the women need to get out there. And I think sometimes the men kind of take over and we just get tired of pushing back. So push back, push back. That's my thing. I love the women and kids on the radio, and we all have license, and we all studied the same. And my license is just the same as the guy that had his for 45 years. And you know, so I know that's my soapbox. I'll stop now. But thank you for all the support guys out there. And Alice, thank you for coming by. And we want you to drag some more women from your club by and give the guy that turned the repeater over a big, huge hug and kiss for me, please. Thank you. But I'm N0BBX. I'll get off my soapbox. My name is Jen. This is the Hammetts Hour. I have no clue what time it is at this point. We've talked to like 25 people, it feels like. I don't even know. So if you're still out there and want to talk, hey, I'll be quiet. Come talk to it.
K0BCF. Yo, Whiskey 1, Hotel Alpha Mike.
Whiskey 1, go ahead, because the other's my 10-minute warning.
Okay, thank you, Jen. November 0, Victor, Victor, X-ray. Whiskey 1, Hotel Alpha Mike. Just want to say thank you for what you're doing. Anyways, I just wanted to answer a question a couple guys asked. So basically, the reason that we're in this room is because I used my Yaesu radio and I directed the repeaters to the Kansas City room. And that's pretty much it. 73's Jen, and we'll see you next Tuesday. And Steve probably wants to say something. I can see it on his face. W1HA, I'm clear.
Thank you, W1HAM, and thank you for directing the repeater that way. I love it, and I'm so glad you guys have joined us. Thank you, sir. And we love all the selfless promotion, so put my face out there if you need to. I'll send you a good picture. I'm going to make Steve hang on for just a few more minutes. I can see there's some chitter-chatter going on, but Kenny, I know it's my 10-minute warning. Tell me what you did this week, sir.
Well, Jen, oh my gosh, I did quite a bit. Worked a little bit Saturday. Helped Crystal get started getting the greenhouse ready to plant. Hauled a bunch of hay home Sunday. Had my tractor break down. I've done quite a bit. But I know you've had a lot of check-ins this evening. I won't hold you really long. But I am going to remind you that Crystal had, she checked in earlier and you just ditched her. So that was right about the time of the street fight. We know who you're looking out for. But anyhow, also my mother-in-law is here with us as well. So, Jen, you've had a great net, and I hope the finish off is just as good as the rest of it's been. Thanks for taking it this evening. And we'll say 7-3, K0BCF, back to net control.
Okay, I'm so sorry, Crystal. I did not mean to ditch you, but there was like a street fight going on. I got distracted, shiny things. You know how I am. But I'm pretty sure your mom has a call sign. So I'm begging, please, please, please get her to come on the air and say hello. Please, please.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I will give you her call sign. She's not quite there at the moment, but I did give her Christmas present, which was the AC Fusion. Was it 200? I can't remember exactly. FTM 200 is kind of far away, so we're going to get that set up and send it home with her. She will get on eventually, but you can go ahead and get her on the log for listening. Her call sign is KF0FCB. So that's Kilo Foxtrot 0 Foxtrot Charlie Mike. Foxtrot Charlie Bravo, excuse me.
See, shiny things. They do it to us every time. I'm so glad she got her Christmas present. I cannot wait to hear from her. Tell her hello and give her big hugs and kisses from me, because without her, I wouldn't have you, and without you, I wouldn't have radio. And yeah, we'll go down that street one other time. So, but I'm sorry, I did not mean to ditch you. You know, shiny things again. It happens. But so thank you, Crystal, and thank you for hanging on and supporting me and pushing me and all the good things we do. And yeah, Kenny for his crazy. Yeah, he loves you, and I'm just glad, because otherwise I don't even know where we'd be. Anyway, so Steve on YouTube, like doing some weird dance or something, but I'm sure he's going to tell me that like 5 people checked in and said hello. But Steve, if you're still out there, come back and say hello real quick.
Well, I can do that too. But there's something. Ladies,
Thank you, sir, and I'm so glad you're getting this on. I know a lot of people don't have fusion radios. I know a lot of ladies here in the metro don't, and I'm working on it. We're trying. They're expensive. Radios are expensive in general, so we're working our way there. We've given away a few, but yeah, it's a good thing. It's seriously, for me, fusion is a little bit easier than having to tune the dials on the 2 meter and or the 40 meter and do all that. I really like the fusion a little better. I like being able just to flip a few switches and get to a room and talk to people. So I kind of think it's a little bit more inviting. It's a little bit more technology involved, and I've had to learn different things. But yes, thank you, and thank you for putting us on YouTube, and we'll keep going. We're going to keep growing. We're going to get more support, and you know how it is. And we love the ladies. So Texas and everywhere that's come in tonight, we love hearing from you. We're so glad you joined this TNC wide room. We've worked really hard to get this room a big support and going, and all the nets on it. And like I said, go to their website, kcwideroom.com. There's a whole list of nets. There's an afternoon one. There's oh my gosh, Lance is some crazy kid I know, and he does this like 4 a.m. show. I don't even, the only way I'm ever going to see him is if it's been a bad night and I've had to be up all night. So, but he knows it. So, but thank you guys for all your support. If you're still out there and you want to check in, I'm going to be here for a few more minutes. I won't close it. I'm here for a while. And as far as recipes, my old man's not here right now, and he didn't have a ham license anyway. But he will tell you I'm an amazing cook. He lies a lot because he likes me to cook him dinner. I'm a really good bartender. But yeah, as far as cooks, you might want dessert because I'm good at dessert. But the rest of dinner, just smile and look pretty through it. Trust me. So, but we'll think of something. And if your wife has something particular she likes, I have an in with a lady who makes wonderful pies. So I'm not I'll give you her recipe. I'll give you her phone number. You can call her and she'll ship it to you. So anybody else out there, I'm going to be good for a few minutes. This is N0VBX. This is the Hammetts Net. We got a few minutes left. We'd love to hear from you guys. If you're out there and just want to say hello, check in, or you guys are crazy, we'll go with that.
All right. I'm not sure if anybody's going to check in, so I'm going to try to get my spiel here on YouTube.
N0VVX. This is KD0JJG. Just going to check in.
You've got one. If you can hear me, Jen, it's KD0JJG.
KD0MSD. I'm Matt in Davenport, Iowa, on the 940. Good to hear some new voices.
Check it out. You got Matt. Cool. Cool beans. Are you on here, Matt? Is that you? But anyway, I want to go back with my steal.
Thank you for stopping by, Matt. Yeah, we love hearing new people, so we're glad everybody's kind of hooking up and hanging out here in this room. Kind of is like a hangout room, I guess. So, thank you, sir.
Gentlemen.
Anybody else out there? This is N0VBX. It's Hammetts time. Got a few minutes left, and we'd love to hear from you tonight.
You need to be there, and you need to be able to control the radio. That's all you need to be able to.
W7RFL.
So for all you people that are there, if you have a wife, there's been 13 people in and out of here. You can have her tea, and you can have her use this radio and get with these ladies and have an
I should
awesome
probably
time.
come with a warning code that says if you check into the net and I'm net control, you have to tell me your name and tell me what you're doing and how you're doing this week. So W7 RFL, I do believe. Come back and tell me how you're doing.
It's W7RFL, Tucson, Arizona. Robert. Sort of a newbie. Second day, I've actually got it all working. And I'm enjoying it, but it is frustrating right now. W7RFL.
I'm guessing you meant a newbie to Fusion, because with a call sign like that, you're not a real newbie. But thank you, sir, for checking by. And yes, it's a challenge some days, but there's plenty of us out there to help. So not me, trust me. Don't ask me for too much help. I'm not good at that. I'm good at being pretty. That's what I'm good at. And making a lot of noise. So if you're needing help, I'm sure there's somebody. But Arizona, wow, probably the warmest place that we could talk to tonight.
W7RFL again. It's really cold here in Arizona right now. We've had a couple of snowstorms, and we've actually gotten down to 32 degrees at night.
I'm betting you're like our friend Alice in San Antonio. 32 is shocking to you, so especially in those southern states, I'm sure. So hopefully everything will be good. Nothing's frozen out there. Because, like in Florida, when it freezes, it kills the oranges, and then orange juice prices go up. I'm sure that'll happen somewhere because that's the way everything works nowadays. But be safe out there. Stay warm. Put your blankets on. You guys probably don't even really have heaters in the house. That's probably a challenge. So we'll have to send you some twigs and let you start a bonfire, sir. But I'm glad you're here. Hopefully you'll come back. This is the Hammetts Net. I am N0VBX. My name is Jen. And we love hearing from everybody all over the place. We're all about the women and the kids getting on the air. So super support from the men tonight. I love you guys. Thank you guys all for coming out and helping us out and all the technology stuff that we need help with. I'm glad you're out there listening and like, all right, we can fix her. We can fix her. You do not know how many of my club members come by my house and want to fix the antenna. Don't even ask them. They're probably listening going, oh, God, no. But thank you, guys. So we've got a few minutes. I mean, it's a little bit after 9, but I'm still here for a few minutes. If you want to check into Hammetts, I'm not going to close it out yet. So come say hello real fast. W1 or Whiskey 1, Oscar Radio off.
Now, I want to go back into this, you know.
Hello, tell me who you are and tell me where you're from. Yes, the name here is Judy, Juliet Uniform Delta Yankee. I'm in northern Kentucky. Been a ham for a while. I'm in Northern Kentucky Hammetts Radio Club. I am vice president, and I have the responsibility for getting programs for our particular meetings every month. So that's what we're doing. W1 ORO, back to you. I'm so glad you checked in. Thank you. I'm sorry that we've been too chatty tonight. It was hard to get in before now, but glad to hear from you. And Kentucky, that's great. You guys are about to get ice and snow. I know. I'm so sorry. But lovely to hear from you. And yeah, being on the board of your club kind of is a full-time job sometimes. I know, but it's a lovely thing, and we're glad you're here. And you're going to drag more people to hear our net and be crazy with us, I'm sure. So thank you for coming by.
JR1STL. Jen, did you just do a little dance when you heard her say she was vice president of club?
Maybe I thought, ooh, I need to call Crystal and tell her, say yes, when she asked if she should be president.
Yes, you know that answer changes by the minute these days. So, but absolutely, no. When she said she was vice president of the club, Judy, I hope you're still listening. I'm so glad you checked in, because that just made my evening. So, anyway, I'm going to give it back to Jen, because I know the net's about over, and I've got more company, and my son just walked back in the door, and so I'm going to go ahead and say 73, but I just had to put that out there, because she said vice president of our club, and I just did a little dance, so I'm a little happy about that. Anyway, back to net control.
N0 UWA.
N0 UWA. Go ahead, sir.
I was just wondering if I was getting in there or not. All this new digital stuff. I'm an old school general class, and I'm just finally getting into this general. I didn't know if I was making it in there or not.
Well, you know, it is a girls' net. We are the Hammetts. We like to talk a lot, but you are making it in just fine, sir. Okay. You just have to squeak in between us girls, giving, you know, jabbing and talking and everything else. So, but thank you for coming by. And old school's good. You got the new stuff figured out, it sounds like. So just hang on and go for the ride on Fusion today, it seems like.
Real quick.
Roger. Okay, I apologize. I didn't mean to bother in with you girls there. 73s, continue on with the net there. N0 UWA.
That's what we need to do. We need to get behind these ladies and just check it out. Just look at this.
Oh my goodness. No. You never bother us girls. We love to hear from everybody. I'm just warning you that we're going to talk a lot, sir. So, but I'm glad you checked in. I'm glad you came by. I love hearing from everybody. So thank you, sir.
The personality of this.
Roger, it was just an accident that I popped across this frequency. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I did. It just happened.
Be sweet to them. Buy them ice cream. Whatever it takes. But to come in and join so we can get this young lady, a lot of those young lady voices.
Sometimes the accidents are the best ones out there. We're happy that we're your accident tonight. So we're glad to hear from you. And N0 VVX, it's about 6 after 9. And if you're still out there listening, you want to check in, come say hello. because you got about 10 more minutes before I totally have to go get some dinner.
KD0JJG, Dave in Davenport, Iowa.
Kilo Delta Zero, Hotel Oscar Yankee, Ronnie 95.
Are you stalking me tonight, sir?
Delta Golf, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh, radio. Oh, I know. You didn't hear that. Oh, goodness gracious. You know how dumb I feel. By the way, I'm younger than you are, I think. Just in mentality, anyway.
Are we counting like dog years or how many years we've had our license? I don't even know what's going on here, dear. All right, go behave yourself. Thank you for stopping by us tonight. I'm glad I didn't hear what you were giggling about. Thank you, Ron. Love to hear from you. I love your wife. You know that. Thank you guys for supporting me. I also heard another call sign out there. I don't even know what it was, but I heard Cincinnati, Ohio. So come back again.
KB8 DDG, Tim in Cincinnati, Ohio.
KB8 DDG, I'm guessing that's what it says on my radio, but I'm not sure that's really what you just told me. How are you and what's your name, sir?
Good evening, Jen. My name is Tim, and it's just been really interesting listening to all the different check-ins and different areas of the country and age groups and et cetera that are checking into your net tonight. It's exciting to hear a variety of people, and it's encouraging to know that KC-wide is definitely helping to further the amateur radio hobby. Unfortunately, the Bengals didn't make it, and you guys did, but that's okay. We'll try again next year. KB8 and DDG. Back to Nick.
I'm so glad you're here listening. Yes, I love the Kansas City Wide Room, and I love America's Kansas City Wide Room. I'm sorry, the fusion that has opened up the floodgates for us to all chit-chat and talk, and it's wonderful. I love it. I love the technology, and I love being on the airwaves and hearing everybody and all around. So, yes, we will encourage everybody to be on the air, and it's lovely. And I'm so sorry you're a Cincinnati fan. I'm sorry we had to break your heart this year, but this time last year, we were all crying here in Kansas City, so it's even, but root for us in the Super Bowl. That's all I'm begging, because I need to spend another 6 hours out in the snow for a parade. Yeah, we don't, take over street lamps or anything like that. We stand in front of the Union Station and watch a parade and freeze to death. So, but it's fun. It's great. We love a Super Bowl win. We haven't had one in quite a few. Well, we had one recently, but before that, it was a long dry spell for all of us. So, share the wealth, okay? But thank you for checking in tonight. And this is N0VBX. It's about 10 minutes after 9. I'm going to hang out for a little bit longer because we've had like 30 check-ins tonight, and that is just amazing. I love you guys for coming by and saying hello and spreading the word and being on the Fusion Room with us. So come back again next week. It's nights from awake, did not get hungry enough to go eat. But you're there. We've been on YouTube. Thank you, Steve, for that. And, come back and say hello if you're still out there listening. Otherwise, I may go get dinner here in a few minutes.
Go Chiefs!
KD0JJG. Just represent the AFC well, W0QI.
Down here in New Zealand, I'm trying to figure out what means going to Chiefs with me. You're going to Canada, over?
Okay, Ashley, I didn't exactly get all that, but the Chiefs are the football team for the Kansas City area, and it's Super Bowl time. So I don't know if you watch American football, but we just won the, I guess, the AFC West Conference. So that's like, I don't know, there's two different conferences, and they play against each other in the Super Bowl. I'm not sure how to explain football to you. I'm not real good at this, and you may probably already know this, but so Cincinnati lost to us this year. Last year, Cincinnati beat us, their team. But Chiefs are going back to the Super Bowl, and that's, I think it's February 12th, if I remember right. And I think we're playing the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, I know we are, actually. So it's a big thing here in America. I know, we're weirdos. We like to beat each other up. You're going to laugh at us. Soccer's not as big as football here because, yeah, well, we won't go into that whole story. But, yeah, so that's what we're talking about because it's kind of a rivalry now, and, you know, we like football, but so hopefully that explains a little bit more, and I'm sure you can, Google that, and it'll be a better explanation than me, but yeah, so go Chiefs, so hopefully that gets it, Ashley, but it's a little bit after 9. If you're still out there listening, this is N0VVX, and sorry for that terrible explanation of football and the Super Bowl, especially to somebody who's not from here. But it's Hammetts Net time, and if you're out there, I'll give you a few more minutes. Come back, say hello.
Yeah, here at the moment, but why did it want to go? You know, they go where? I don't understand that myself. But your football, you guys are all scared of getting hurt. Our guys down here in New Zealand, they wear some sneakers, here shorts, and a t-shirt. Yes, they don't have to be padded up because they get hurt, over.
I don't. You're in the wind, boy. That's all I can tell you, Ashley. Is you're getting a lot of wind steady because you're walking. I know you are. I know you're trying to avoid the rain and whatnot. But yeah, football's a weird thing here in the States. Kind of like rugby, I'm sure, is to you guys because I don't understand rugby at all. I really don't even understand polo either, which is surprising because I like sports. But Google it. You'll see. You'll understand. They're going to Arizona actually to play in the Super Bowl in the stadium out there. They always go to the warm spot. Other than I think most of America is kind of cold at the moment. But yeah, so that was it. That was kind of my explanation. So sorry, it was terrible. Anyway, I'm N0VVX. It's Hammetts Hour. If you're still out there. And you're laughing at us now because I'm explaining football and it's awful. Say hello still before I go get some dinner here in about 2 minutes.
KF0HUR, good evening, Jen. Kelly and Independent.
And they don't have any of these around anymore because all these women's livers complained about it there. On AG.
Kelly, hello. Sorry, are you hearing me explain terrible football to somebody in New Zealand? I'm so sorry, Ashley. I'm sorry. It's terrible. But hopefully you're being safe because it's raining down there. But hi, Kelly. Thanks for checking in. Glad to hear from you.
Well, I thought you did a good job of explaining it. It's just it wasn't the AFC East and West. It was just, it was the AFC championships that we won last week. The AFC East team beat the AFC West team. So, yes, you did a good job of explaining it. Probably better than I just butchered it just now. Because as I thought about it as I was saying that, I thought, well, no, you did say it right. I just listened to it wrong.
All I can think, Kelly, is how do you explain football to somebody who doesn't really... And then it dawned on me that American football and football in other countries is not the same, so calling it that is probably confusing too. Yeah, I love being on Fusion and being able to talk to people around the world, but it makes you stop and think really hard sometimes, and it's getting late, and yeah, sorry guys who heard that whole explanation from us. Anyway, so this is N0VVX, this is Jen. It is Tuesday night, it's way after 9 o'clock for the Hammetts Net. Thank you everybody who's out there and checked in, but I have to get some dinner, so we're going to call it 7 threes. Hugs and kisses and love and good karma and all that good stuff to everybody out there who's listening, even if you didn't key up your mic. Naughty, naughty. But we will be back again here next Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. Come support the Fusion, the America's TNC-wide Fusion Room. There are a million nets on here. We'd love to talk to you. Some of them aren't as crazy and as informal as me, but it's okay. They'll get used to it. I'll eventually break all of them into my way of doing it. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, but thank you guys for all being here, and I'm going to sign off and say good night, or good morning to some of you. I'm sorry. N00, I'll try that again. So sorry. N0VVX. Good night, everybody. 7 threes.
All right. You heard she said good night.
Good night, Gen 73, N0UWX.
Please take for the 3 people that are still left out of the 13 that made it here. Plus, there had to be a plus because we had a few drop out. So there was 13 at one time. Now, here's what I'd like to say to all you.
Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for putting on the good net. This is KF0FBE 73s.
And we're going to keep going. I wish people would put their call signs in so I could tell exactly who it is, but it ain't.
Enjoyed it.
But I would
And
like
W1ORO enjoyed it. We'll be back.
W0QI,
Independence, Kentucky.
Ladies need to know that this is an easy thing to do.
Yep, great lady, great net young lady, W1HAM. I'll see you next Tuesday.
Right now, I'm only on yours. On Sunday night, okay, at 7 p.m. on Sunday night, if you're listening, Jen. At 7 p.m. on Sunday night, I YouTube my net, which is called the 2 meter of the Quad City Swap and Jab Net. And we YouTube that for an hour. Or a half hour anyway, for sure. An hour, that's how long
and
I can talk.
N0UWA, Whiskey 1 Hotel Alpha Mike. How are you doing?
And then we do have John.
Nice to have cheerleaders. We've got rid of all those over there. Get all 180.
I call him right hand side.
You're off straight on American football now.
And the H equals hand. And he has, you can give him a hard time that way. John,
Yeah, do they still have cheerleaders, female cheerleaders in or this woman's living sort of rubbish got rid of them? Over.
Oh, and the other net is the digital net that John does on Friday nights. It starts at 8 o'clock.
Do me a favor and take your mouth away from the mic about another inch. You're overmodulating.
No, it's not the 9.4. It's the 315. So it's 1.
Okay, just go to my microphone here. I'm talking. I'll just get off here. Talk a little bit better. I'm just out here in the Gulf Coast Winds hurricane, basically. So, how's it over?
Oh, is that better? I hope that's better. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. Anyway,
so you got a hurricane going through?
Let me turn this down. Scattered. Anyway, these people, these ladies, for all you that are listening, are just we need to get ladies so they can have fun with this radio, and they can understand and they can show us men off. Especially Steve, he needs somebody to climb a tower, and he'd rather see and pay a pretty smile than one of those duds that I'll have to pay. Oh yeah. Anyway, but that's all I'm trying to say, and Just take it and really think about your wives. I want to say one other thing for all that are here. Okay, cool. Thank you. And I'm going to, and we're going to get this all done because we're going to move to another platform to where we can do some things other than just typing, where others can add their 2 cents worth. The thing I want to encourage these men to is to bring your wives in, especially those that are keying that microphone. They're going to need to take a test and get their own license because they're going to want to get up there and have their own number, not use yours. But to introduce them to ham radio, okay, you can do that as long as you're present and you have control of the radio. They can take the microphone, key up, and talk to these ladies, okay? They can do that on your license as long as you're present and you have control of the radio. So please bring them in. Let them meet the sweetness of Jen, and I forget the other lady's name that's in here and takes control. They're both from Kansas City, Missouri. So please just take and let them know. That's all I want to do is promote this, because Kelly W1HAM, he is really into promoting the use of fusion radio and FM. So if you have a wife, please do that for them, so they can come in and have something, or find something to even sit down with their husband. Be pretty cool to hear a battle going on, a street fight, a man and wife, trying to get the microphone. So anyway, that's what I'd like to say. Thank you very much. And you are not coming over. No, that's it. That's just YouTube. We're not coming over the radio, okay? For the person who asked that for Mike, it's not coming over the radio. The radio is being transmitted into YouTube. I can do that legally by law, but I cannot broadcast over the radio with YouTube by FCC regulation. That's why we will not transmit this over the radio, because it's illegal. But it's legal for me to take the radio and put it here and let you listen to it. Anyway, thank you very much for all that you are, all that you ham radios have been, operators have been. Amateur radio will be growing in a way that I don't know if we're ready for or not. I know men like me, I like to just throw an antenna out in the air and see if I can talk to Russia, or to our friend here that's checked in a few times in China. But it's a new world. Kids are being brought up in a new world, in a world of computer digital age, cell phones. Even my Canon digital camera is somewhat outdated. So let's take and just move this hobby from a bunch of men like me that are now seasoned to a bunch of men that are coming out of high school that need a little bit of seasoning, okay? And that's where I'm at. And that's why I support these ladies so much, because this is ladies that are coming out of areas. I don't care what Jen says. I know she's only about 20. Well, they're coming out of that age bracket where it's just starting to fall into a digital age. And that's why I guess I'm on a soapbox, and I'm going to harp and harp and harp. And I want more at the end of this video so you wouldn't shut it. But I want to say that even with ladies learning how to communicate, because of the way women want to operate in our society, if there was an emergency, those ladies that are most helpful could break into the hood of a car, yank a wire or two down, slam them to a radio for power, and they can learn just as quick as any man. I don't care who you are. You have to admit, a woman can learn just as quick as any man to hook an antenna up and get out there and say something like, CQ, Mayday, help, whatever. They can get on there, and they can be really sweet and talk to somebody like you or me. And we can see radio grow. I see something that was astronomically awesome today. Kids. Here in the Davenport area, we have had a few kids come through. Dave, JJG, his kids were ham operators. They're a little older now than high school age, so I'm not sure. They probably got more interested in men than renewing their life. But they were there, and believe his daughter was a general. I also have another friend of mine who I know his daughter was testing for extra. I got to see. I think she even passed the extra test. Ava was really, really into radio. She was a contester, that kind of thing. Anyway, that's why I'm here this extra 10 or 15 minutes at the end of this and that, because this is astronomically awesome to see. Thank you. Thank you for letting KD0JNQ, Big Steve, Big Steve's America. This is the BSA network. And we're going to take and we're going to make America come to life. And that's what these guys. Thank you. 7 and 3. And try not to be too much of a mud duck next time. If you're still listening, Jen, you're too good at it. Thank you, and we're going to shut her down, let her process, and get her posted. Bye-bye.